Alright everyone, welcome. So this is my long-awaited tour of my handheld collection. This is something I'm very passionate about. Handhelds are the foundation of like my whole identity as a gamer. From playing Game Boy with like a little lamp in the back seat of my dad's car, playing like hockey or Kirby on the Game Boy, to playing Kingdom Come Deliverance or Cyberpunk on my Switch 2. The echoes of my first handhelds can be heard in the way that I behave as a gamer today, and my interests reflect that. So I don't have a script or anything, so this might be a little long-winded, but let's just get into it. I'm going to start with my Nintendo handhelds, and let's start with the handheld that started it all, the Nintendo DS here. So this Nintendo DS is a little DS that I had ordered off of eBay. It was originally all gray. The pieces were like broken. You can kind of see here this it's a little rough around the edges. I kept the original bottom, but I got this shell off of AliExpress, and I reshelled it. I think I kept the original logo here. This is all original, but the things like the white buttons, the white stylus, yeah, everything's good. The top screen was completely yellowed. I replaced that. This is actually a little mistake on my end. I used a Nintendo DS screw instead of a AliExpress screw, and it went right through it. So that's going to be a little memory from my first ever shell swap. I think my proudest part is that I'm able to, you can still hear the snap with it, but it is a beautiful console. I love playing on it. I get a lot of nostalgia playing on it. However, this was not my first console. My first console was this guy, the Nintendo Lite, or the Nintendo DS Lite rather. This is a crimson Nintendo Lite, DS Lite. I don't know what my first Nintendo Lite or DS Lite, I keep calling it that. I'm just gonna call it that, and everyone's just gonna have to be okay with me calling it a Nintendo Lite. I'm sorry. No, I'm kidding. But I think I had, I don't know if it was the red one or the blue one, but I had one of them. This isn't the original one I had growing up. This is actually one that my brother's wife grew up with, and she knows that I'm interested in these things and gave it to me. I think, this is all like original pieces, and I don't know if you can see too much in the screens. They're a little rough. They're actually a lot worse. When I got it, I used a Polywatch and buffed out a lot of the scratches, so it's a lot better and more playable for me. But other than that, there's like no yellowing. A beautiful DS nonetheless, and I love playing on it. My favorite thing about this is it's very portable. I'm able to slip it into my pocket, and I can progress either like my Emerald, I can progress my Pokemon White 2. It's very cool. I'm actually thinking about like putting one of those like loop capture cards, or like loopy capture cards in this. That's a project for another day, when I've got more money to do something like that. But yeah, that's my DS Lite. And then to my second favorite console, I'd say I have. These are like smudges on there and maybe a few scratches, but this is my DS IXL. My DSi XL is the most luxurious handheld console I have for strictly DS games, right? I'm sure if you're watching this, you know the difference between playing DS games on a 3DS and playing DS games on a Nintendo DSi. It is just so much better. So let's do a little walkthrough of what I have on this. This didn't come with the original pen. I kind of paired up a gold stylus with like the stickers. I thought that'd be cool. Let's load up and see what I have on here. So yeah, these are the games I have loaded on here. I play, this is a game I grew up playing a lot, Custom Robo, Dementium, The Ward is cool. It's not a game I grew up with, but I love that survival horror aspect. Digimon World, this is a friend recommended this game to me. It was his favorite, or one of his favorites growing up. Freed as well, played this growing up. Dragon Quest Heroes Rocket Slime is a big like game I grew up with. I loved Dragon Quest Heroes Rocket Slime, building the fortress and doing fortress battles. I loved it. Here are the Joker games, the Monsters Joker's games, Dragon Quest games. I never played much of the Dragon Quest games, and the only ones I did play were the Monsters, just because I love that monster catcher genre. It's like one of my favorite game genres. And then we have Fossil Fighters here. I can get into that later because I'm going to be doing a tour of like my physical cartridges, but these are actually like a beetle fighting game, like rock paper scissors. We got Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks, Mario 3-on-3 Hoops, a classic. We got Mario Kart DS, Monster Rancher DS. It's okay. I definitely prefer the PlayStation versions, but if I get that itch on the go, I can do that. We have Conquest, Explorers of Sky, and then some other games here. Spectrobes is big. One of my favorite games growing up. Sonic Rush, big on that. And then some other games I just put on there because I wanted to try, but Spectrobes, Rush, all the Pokemon games, Spirit Tracks, those were some of my big games I played growing up. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to my 3DS. So this is my 3DS. This is my console that I kind of bring with me when I'm not bringing my bag. I usually have like a crossbody bag that I bring with me, and if I'm not bringing that, I'm bringing this with me because this is easy to go in my pocket. So the story behind this sticker and this feather. This feather came from my friend's black-capped conure. I was over at my friend's house. They have birds. The bird was preening and dropped this on me, and so I felt like I was given a little gift. And the same person gave me this sticker, and I felt like it really did. It went nice with this purple. So what I did was I just kind of stuck it in there. It doesn't move at all. This thing, it is stuck in there. I think the idea of like preserving this feather in there with this sticker is super cool. They're also very into their 3DS, original 3DS, and this is my favorite version of the 3DS. Let's go into the console here and see what we have. So I have these, like, they're kind of like these gel screen protectors here. There's like a lot of like kind of like friction when I'm playing, but this theme I have currently is a Spyro theme. I love purple. Purple's my favorite color. Spyro is one of my favorite games I ever played, especially like growing up. I specifically use this DS for playing physical games on the go, or playing GBA ROM hacks, so like Emerald Sea Glass and Heart and Soul. Those are some newer ones. I don't think I have anything else on here worth showing. But yeah, I pretty much just play physical cartridges on this. I don't really have anything on here worth showing. This is just like my quick on the go street pass and do physical cartridges, but it is not my daily driver, I would say. But I love this console a lot. It is so nice. The form factor is just, it feels good, it feels sturdy. And let's move on to my favorite DS growing up. This was what I have. I love everything the 2DS stands for. This 2DS was gotten from a GameStop for like $80. I don't know if they priced it right, but the screen was like chewed out. I replaced the screen lens here. You can see it's like blue. It's actually glass. It's aftermarket. Now I don't do anything with this game but play cartridges on it, and because I have this this was a gift given to me by a friend. One of my D&D friends, they gave me this 3D printed grip, and this is excellent for like car rides. I kind of just play it when I'm in the car. I can put it away. I don't really play it anywhere else. In fact, I'm actually going to be giving this to my brother as a gift. I don't think he watches my videos, but he has a 2DS right now, but the buttons are all sticky and it's weird, but this is perfect. And I feel like he would really enjoy it. And I love the like transparent plastic. Love that. I also just like the lore of the 2DS is like, you know, the 3DS launched, they overpriced it, they dropped the prices, and then, you know, people still weren't able to get themselves a 3DS, so they developed this 2DS at like $79.99 or something like that, or $69.99, and I love that. They were thinking about, you know, the families with like 4 kids, which is like my story. I come from a family of 5 kids. And I remember the Christmas, I think, that we got, my brother and I had 2DSs with Pokemon. And that was just like super. I love that Nintendo had that charity in their heart to want to make a console that was affordable for everyone so that people can enjoy the games instead of needing to shell out what was like $200 for a 3DS, $180 for a 3DS. And arguably, this is much more comfortable to hold than this is. I don't want to start a fire in my comments, but that is my opinion. These are just delightful to hold, and you know, I don't get any like cramping or feel you know, any sort of like numbness or anything like that while playing long extended periods. And I'm gonna move on to my Grail. This is the DS that I record on. This is the I think it's the Monster Hunter Edition 3DS XL. This is super clean. There is, I don't know if I can get the image there, but there is a slight scratch over here. I don't love that, but I got this for a bargain. I think I got it for like $180 off of eBay. And it is my dream 3DS. It is just super snappy. It feels sturdy. I'm gonna clean the screens real quick. But everything about this is solid. and then let me go into it. I don't know how much I have downloaded onto the console itself, but let's see. Okay, so I have some English translations of the other Dragon Quest monster games. Joker 3. I know I have some of the Yokai Watch games. I think this is Shin Megami Tensei 4. And then Apocalypse. And then Heroes of Ruin. I don't know what this game is entirely. I think it's like a Diablo-like game. And then I also have the Heart and Soul, and this is Emerald. This is actually, if I couldn't get this figured out to record with for my physical Emerald, this was like my backup plan, but I don't think I'm gonna play on this. Obviously I have stuff in here, and then my homebrew is just like your standard stuff in here. So yeah, this is my recording device. I just feel like this is such a pretty handheld. This is, you know, what I throw in the game. This looks just so crisp. The screens look crisp. There's no yellowing. I can just provide a quality that I feel good about, and you know, the buttons, everything's good about this game. You know, the stylus is on the side, which is my biggest gripe with the other games, is like not having the styluses on the side. And then, you know, you have your cartridge slot on the top too. It's just easy. It's super easy for me. Obviously, you know, I have it in this clear case. I was thinking about getting a little like jewel to hang off there, like a blue slime. I don't know though, just because I know sometimes when I'm playing flat, it can get stuck and finagle and irritate me a slight bit, but this is my holy grail. I don't know, I love it. I originally had a 2DS XL, that was the Silver Slime edition, but when I saw this I knew I needed it, so I sold my 2DS and then I got this. And then let's move on to my final. This is my daily driver. This is my DS that I'm bringing to conventions, to Street Pass, to vacation, and you know, this is what I'm playing everything on. This is my new 3DS XL. These are stickers that me and my fiance had worked together on putting on, and then we matched it with a little charm there. And on the back here is some more stickers. I love this. I put a lot of heart and soul into customizing this. And then when we open it, here we have this is a tempered glass screen protector on the top, and then on the bottom is a matte touchscreen anti-glare screen protector. This is what started it all, basically. This is what really got me into the 3DS world and homebrew. So let me start it up. So this 3DS itself has IPS top screen and then TN bottom screen. I'm not a real big like proprietor of whether that's like an important thing or not, but I think that having the IPS top screen and benefiting from like what the homebrew adds for like added color effect or whatever, that's pretty cool. Otherwise, it's not really a big deal. I wouldn't care otherwise. So this is a theme I had made. Macro Blank is the music I have behind all of my videos. And let's see what I have here. So I have the Ultra Sun, Super Mystery Dungeon, This is the like fan-made version that adds like different characters and different carts and stuff of Mario Kart 7. Here we have more Dragon Quest Monsters games, the English translation. I think I have the saves transferred between each of the two. This is where my personal Animal Crossing New Leaf World is. My personal Fantasy Life save. My personal everything on here. Everything on here is my personal. I put hours into it and played them. I think in here I have some normal thing. Obviously, I got like Pretendo and H-Shop. I think in here's like the stuff that no one likes on their DS, like the weird, like warning and whatever. Like I think these are miscellaneous games I have on here. You know, I got Resident Evil, Minecraft, Fossil Fighters Frontiers. I've never played it. I'd love to play it. Tekken 3D. This is a fun game with your friends, if you have any friends into 3DS. I got Super Smash Bros. I think this is Dementium. It released on the 3DS as a remastered. I didn't play it, but I have it. This is Rune Factory 4. Chess. I'm into chess, so this is like cool to have like practice on the go. Sims 3 Pets, Cooking Mama, and then here's like some of my Pokemon games: Picross, Shuffle, the Rumbles, the GBA games, some of my 3DS games. I have them in here because I don't need them on the front page. I have the physical cartridges of those. Zelda. I don't know why we have Yokai Watch 2 in there, but it's there. This is Diablo port. And then this is a Pokemon Heart and Soul version port, as well as my Emerald Sea Glass version. And maybe I might show you guys my Emerald Sea Glass save in the future, but otherwise, these are my Nintendo handheld systems. I love them so much. I don't think I'll ever buy another system again unless it's given to me for free. But let's move on. I have a few more that I'd like to show y'all. So, one of my favorites is my PS Vita. This is my PS Vita. I'm gonna take my thumb out of my glove here so you guys can see. Okay, so I think I'm stuck in Adrenaline right here. So let me see if I can exit out. There we go. So this is my PS Vita. These are some of the games I have on. I mainly use this PS Vita to emulate my PlayStation 2 games. So I play a lot of Jak and Daxter on it. All the Sly Coopers, I play a lot of those on it. Lately I've been playing a lot of Digimon Story. I don't know, it's Hackers something, but I've been playing a lot of that. If we move into Adrenaline, actually, go back into Adrenaline, I'll show you some of the main games I've been playing, which are in this application here. So, the PS Vita basically is my PlayStation 2 on the go, right? It plays PS1 games, PS2 games. I think my favorites on here are Clash Team Racing. I know these are, I think these are PSP games, these Tag Force games. I've been really trying to get into these. Obviously, I have so much room on my plate. I have all the time in the world to play them. Kidding. But, you know, I've got some classics like Suikoden, Harvest Moon, Final Fantasy, Rayman. These are classics from me growing up. More Harvest Moons. And then we have Gex. Gex is a my fiance's like game of choice when growing up. I think she had like a Sega Saturn or something like that, and she played this all the time with her dad, so I got it on here so she can play when she wants. Here we got Vigilante 8. This is one of my favorite games of all time. It's like a go back there. It is like a derby game where, you know, you pick a character who's got like a car, and you run around and you pick up guns, you blow each other up. It's really cool. Here we have the classic Silent Hill. Silent Hill is one of my favorite fandoms, I'll call it, of all time. Silent Hill 1, 2, 3, The Room. Big fan of those. There's Resident Evil 2. The Steambot Chronicles, Battle Frontier 2, Silent Hill Origins. I want to play this so bad. I got some of the Need for Speeds there, Midnight Club, and then here we have the Crash Bandicoot games and Mega Man Legends. This was one of my favorite games growing up, Mega Man Legends, and then Spyro. And these three are like my top picks for PlayStation 1. This is what, you know, my childhood was made of. So I love the PS Vita. I don't love how small it feels in my hands. I got kind of big hands, so I'm hoping that Santa Claus brings me like a grip or something for it. I'm gonna turn this off. And then let's move on to another handheld that I have. This is my Ambernick RG XX35 SP. It is a little Game Boy SP emulation thing. This is Silent Hill 2 themed. I got the original red transparent one, and then I put like a sticker of James Sunderland's like save picture there, and then there was a hole here now. It's gone now. Or there was a hole here. It's gone now. If you know, you know. So let's like load in here and see what I play on it. The buttons feel like pretty clicky, but they feel good. They don't feel like squishy, like you're pressing in and nothing's happening. So I play Emerald on here, Silent Hill, Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories is a big one. You can play Sonic Adventures on here, and then I have some other Pokemon GBA games. But these are my... I think this is a port of Mega Man Legends, but this is pretty much what I play on here. I got this for a very discounted price. The screen quality is great. The battery life is great. It's fun if you don't have an SP. However, everything that my 3DS does can do what this thing does, so I don't really have a need for this. I don't play it too often, but you know, sometimes I get the itch to play a Game Boy game in bed, and I get to kind of like pretend that I'm doing that with this thing. And then this is my final handheld. It's going to be large. Is my Switch 2. My Switch 2. Let me just clean the screen off while I'm here. Now I don't know if I love the Switch 2 as much as I loved my Switch OLED. I'll be honest with you, if it wasn't for Pokemon games, I probably would have just gotten a Steam Deck. And you know, if all you're getting the Switch for is like one Pokemon game, you know, maybe get a Steam Deck instead and play the other games you want on there. I can't necessarily justify this itself, but I'm currently playing through Cyberpunk. Divinity just came out with its Switch 2 version. Skyrim just mistakenly released its Switch 2 version. Runs like crap. I've been playing a lot of Clash Team Racing, Nitro Fueled, and then you got Pokemon Legends ZA. Those are like my big ones. I've beaten Outer Wilds on this. If you've never played Outer Wilds, what are you doing? Go play it and don't look anything up about it. Some other games, Stardew Valley is a big one. These are Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance are some of my favorite games to ever come out on the PlayStation 2, as well as we got Monster Rancher 1 and 2 here, Fantasy Life 2, excuse me, and then you just have like your staples like Kirby's, you got your Marios, and then Kingdom Come Deliverance on the Switch was actually a great time. I loved playing it in bed. But yeah, other than that, that's what I have. I got my Dragon Quest Monsters. I love my Switch too. I don't love it as much as I loved my OLED Switch. I guess I haven't really loved what the Switch 2 has brought comparatively, but I think once I give it more time, I'll probably change my opinion on that. But that's it. That's it for my consoles. I did want to show you guys my physical media, like my games that I had currently. And I'm going to start out with the shovelware crap that I have and then move into some of the more important games that I own. And we can move from there. I think I'll wrap it up after that. So first and foremost, this is not anything that is like a DS cartridge, but this is actually my Poke Walker for my Soul Silver game. This latches onto my bag. This is 3D printed. I got it off of Etsy. It's pretty cool, but it's kind of like a little Pokedex themed holder, so I really like it a lot. Alright, let's move it into the shovelware. I don't know any of these games really, so I'm gonna see if I can bring these up a bit. Here, hold on, let me stand up. So these are Over the Hedge, Ice Age 2, Hot Wheels, what is that? Super Monkey Ball. I know that was big, I just didn't play it. Big Brain Academy, Nintendo's classic Monster House, Wizards of Waverly Place, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, and Harry Potter or something like that. Yeah, these are like my shovelware games. I'm not really playing. I kind of just hold on to them. I could resell them, and I might, but I'm not really excited to do something like that. But let's move into our other games. So we got Princess Peach. This is Kirby Squeak Squad. I know this is a classic. These are the more classic games. Mario Kart DS. Animal Crossing Wild World. Now this game is super nostalgic to me. My family had one copy and we all shared it on we all had a DS and we would just take turns playing it, my mom included, and it's one of the best gaming memories I have, is playing a one save Animal Crossing. This is my favorite Mario and Luigi RPG, Bowser's Inside Story. It's great. And then here we got the Spectrobes games. I don't know if you guys remember the commercials for these games, but this was Disney's take on Pokemon, right? I don't know if you remember, in the commercial there was like a little boy who's staying up late and he's under his blanket and he's like, wake up! He's like yelling at his DS to wake up and waking up the Spectrobes to fight for him. And I just think it's so funny that that's what, their gimmick was. And we joke about that all the time in my friend group is, wake up! Wake up! It's stupid, but it's really funny to me. And then we have Fossil Fighters, and then Fossil Fighters Champions. These are phenomenal games. If you like turn-based fighting games, Fossil Fighters and Fossil Fighters Champions are so good. I know the prices of them are going up a lot, but I cannot recommend them enough. They are delightful games. And then last but not least, my more rare games. So this is a physical cartridge of Pokemon White 2, like a Volt White 2, and what is that, Blaze Black 2. So this is a ROM hack. I got a physical version of it, and it came with, if I can find it, it came with this cool little case. It's neat. You know, I got it for a pretty cheap price, but I think that's pretty neat that they did that. I think I got it off of like AliExpress for like $10, but and then we'll move on to Pokemon Explorers of Time. As you can see there, it says it clears day. I think it's just like a physical loose cartridge without the sticker. Yeah, it was $20, so not too bad. And then this is my favorite Pokemon game of all time. Across any Pokemon game that's ever come out, this spin-off version is my favorite. It's, you know, pulled on my heartstrings more than any game has ever done that is a Pokemon game. I think they captured the magic perfectly here. The Gen 4 magic. The music was perfect. The writing of the story was good. The character development was good. This game, in my heart of hearts, cannot be beat, and if I had any game to bring with me, it would be this one. And then we got Diamond and Platinum, and then we got Soul Silver. These are the Gen 4 Pokemon games. Primarily playing Soul Silver on the channel, and Platinum is a close behind. I think Pokemon Diamond is perpetually stuck in Eterna Forest shiny hunting with what's her name, Cheryl, I think her name is. And then we have my Gen 5 games. So we have a Japanese copy of Black, and then we have a regular copy of White. These are games I'm just cruising through. I'm not really worried about. This game is completely beat and has like a save file with like 500 hours on it. I'm not going to delete it. I'm just going to keep it so I can transfer Pokemon over and breed with it, Masuda method. This is White 2. This is my favorite main story or mainline Pokemon game. It just has all my favorites in it, and I love the art and music of it. And then lastly, these are my 3DS physical cartridges. This is a PSA that if you have 3DS cartridges just laying around that you haven't played, load them up, because these cartridges have a habit of dying if they've been idle too long. I don't know the wherewithal on why that happens, but somebody put that fear in me, so I'm going to put the fear in you too. Make sure you check your games. But guys, that is it. I know this wasn't the most organized, and I couldn't even see my camera the entire time, so I don't know if it turned out okay, but I'm gonna upload this anyway and mildly edit the videos as I always do. I hope you guys liked this video. I'm sure the majority of you watching are not watching because of what my channel does, just that this is a fad that a lot of people like. So I'll just kind of say, if you're into Pokemon games, if you're into DS games that have like challenges, that's what this channel's about. You know, it's about Battle Frontier. It's about getting through like the challenge islands on Pokemon Mystery Dungeon and providing a kind of cozy and relaxing environment. I strive to be the channel you put on in the background and just listen, yap, and maybe glance over every once in a while you're doing other things. That's what I like. That's the kind of vibe I want to bring. So if you're into that, please like, please subscribe. I appreciate you being here, and if you watch this long, thank you so much. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.